The May 6th, 2025 meeting of the Jackson County Library District Board is called to order at 4:34 p.m. So we'll need a roll call. No. Okay. I think is everybody that we're expecting up there? Okay. Okay. So I think you are good to go, Maura, and thank you for your patience and for being here with us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. Chair Vicky. Hello, everyone. My name is Maura Dede. I am the consultant working with the Jackson County Library District on their director evaluation. For folks who were here a year ago, I'm the same consultant doing that process. I'm thankful to be back and working with you again. And we've made a few tweaks in this year's process. And for folks who are new to the district in the last year, hi, it's nice to meet you all. And I'm looking forward to working with you and supporting your input as you go through the director evaluation. So I'm just going to share my screen here. I have a brief presentation to walk you through the process. Can everyone see this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So just to give you a little bit more about myself, I have worked in over 18 years or so of experience with municipal and state government, and I've experienced working with a variety of organizations, very small rural, large urban ones, branch systems, library networks, and the library associations. I'll admit we don't have many library districts out on the East Coast, so it's been a learning opportunity for me in those ways. I've worked at a state library agency as well, and in that role, I provided legal and governance support to library boards around recruitment, director evaluations, intellectual freedom, compliance with state laws and regulations. I'm also serve on the United for Libraries Board with the division of the American Library Association, and I am a trustee as well in my community as well. So I'm learning a lot by doing it. I sort of say the teacher's become the student in some ways. So it's a little bit about me, and I have running my own consulting group out of New Jersey, where I help boards on these sort of topics, director evaluations, running board retreats, helping with evaluation and assessment, as well as strategic planning. So today I'm going to walk you through the evaluation process. We'll look at the timeline of the project, and then specifically what is in the evaluation, the different components. We'll take a look at the performance evaluation keys, and then just kind of wrap everything up with what the next steps will be. If there's any questions, please, I can't quite see everybody on my Zoom screen, but feel free to unmute yourself for those on Zoom and ask a question as well. Okay, so what we started our work March and April, some meetings with Vicky about what worked for last year and what some changes we'd want to make for this year and how to incorporate those into the evaluation tool. So in April, we finalized that tool, collected supporting materials to help for the board, for the director goals, and then developed the performance key for the director goals. It's now May, so we're going to this is the month of which the evaluation period opens, that you'll have 2 weeks. So Carrie has completed a self-evaluation, and now it's time for the board members and direct reports to complete that evaluation. Following that 2-week period, I will work on aggregating all of that data into a final director evaluation and work with the personnel subcommittee to determine the final evaluation. So throughout the evaluation, we'll be collecting sort of numerical kind of information. It's, exceeds, meets expectations, exceeds, needs improvement, and then as well as narrative data. And that will all be aggregated and summarized and to establish consensus on the goals and elements, and including information with the director self-evaluation as well. And then in June, that evaluation will be delivered by the chair during an executive session at I believe it's the June 17th board meeting. All right, so the evaluation, I'm just going to quickly just walk you through these components and then actually show it to you what it looks like as well. So it's going to ask, there's 4 different components. First, we're going to ask for your name and your role, and this is just for my use only. This isn't shared, and the sort of raw data of what people input into the form isn't shared. There's that I'll work to sort of build that consensus and aggregate that information together. So asking for your name and role is just so I make sure everybody who needs to complete the evaluation has completed the evaluation. The board will evaluate the director on 3 goals. Both the board and staff will evaluate about the 6 director competencies, and under each competency, there's a list of specific attributes as well. And then there are, in the final section, 6 evaluation questions, open-ended questions. So this is an opportunity for the board and staff to provide additional information and to really be as specific as possible. So any questions so far? Okay, great. I see no heads saying no on Zoom. All right, so I'm just gonna click over to the actual evaluation, and you'll receive this in an email tomorrow morning in your inbox. So this year I'm using SurveyMonkey to do the form. It might look a little bit different. So it starts again asking these questions: who's completing the evaluation and your name. I do have to type something in here to make it go to the next screen. So this will be for the board, and for each of these, well, more for board members, and then there's the performance key is linked here. There's throughout the evaluation, there's links which will take you to that sort of a few different documents. So this one will be for the performance key for the director's fiscal year 25 goals. And then in each one of the goals, there's supporting documents to help provide some more information about performance in related to that goal. One thing that is new this year is that we put a comment box under each one of the goals and competencies. We wanted to provide more opportunities to collect more specific examples and information as related to each goal or competency. So would really encourage you, as you're filling this out, to provide specific examples to support your response for each one of these. It was really valuable last time, so hopefully provide you with more opportunities and that prompt as you're going through the evaluation to provide that feedback. And then this will look similar with the director's competencies. There's the director's position description, the performance evaluation is linked here, and then each area of competency has the bullet points underneath it, and again, an open text box to provide specific examples to support your response. So there's 6 of those on this page, and then the final one is 3 text box to provide to answer those questions, and then you're done. Any questions on that piece?
When was the position description last written?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
When was the position description last written and who wrote it?
I'm not sure of that information.
So the personnel committee reviewed it 2 years ago, I believe, and no changes were made to it. So the 2 years ago is when we had our first personnel committee. And as part of that process, if I'm remembering correctly, and when we set the policy for the director's evaluation process, that is the last time it was reviewed. But the position description itself dates to 2020 when the district was formed. When we ended the contract with LSNS. Library services.
Okay, thank you.
So, so how to evaluate? So I would recommend reviewing, taking an opportunity to review the evaluation form and the areas of evaluation, as well. So the goals and the competencies, and then reviewing the performance evaluation keys. They are, especially the one for the competencies, a little bit extensive. So spending some time to familiarize yourself with the competencies and the performance metrics for the either meets expectations and then so on. So when you do take a look at the evaluation form, what I recommend doing for each of those specific areas is starting at the meets expectations. So let me show you on this. Whoops, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but let me just go to that slide. Would be starting at the meet expectations in the middle. So for each competency, there's several different components to it. And then throughout the key discusses behaviors that will meet that competency level. So for each competency level, within each competency level, there's a few different components, and each one of those components has its own line on the evaluation key. So starting in the middle, so where meets expectations, and then going either to exceeds expectation or needs improvement before figuring out how each one of those components is met. Because there are multiple components, you may land on different rankings throughout that, but you'll want to select, you can only select one for that competency on the evaluation form. So this is all will be linked in a PDF that you can use to review. And then I think I've covered everything here. Well, in the evaluation key, it's really trying to look specifically at performance and behaviors for each goal and competency. And that is designed to really connect what we actually saw in director's performance as related to the competency. So what they were able to accomplish this year, their relationships, the particular metrics. This provides specific examples of how to rank it with. So it is long and detailed because it's trying to be as specific as possible. All right, we did that. So our review period will open tomorrow and go for 2 weeks till Wednesday, May 21st. I'll send those to you. And I'll be reviewing the evaluations as they come in, and we'll send periodic reminders to complete those as needed throughout the window, the evaluation period window. And I am available for questions as well if you need to reach out or something isn't clear. If it's kind of about the tool, I can answer that if, if there's other questions that may be suited towards Carrie or Vicky, can defer to them on that. But I am here for any questions and support if you need it. Yeah. Oh, yep. So, I forgot to mention that the evaluation period covers, this is important, April 2024 to May 2025, which we still have about 24 days or so left in the month. And we want to evaluate on the actual behaviors and outcomes. And the specificity in the performance key it has been designed to try to limit bias as well. So really focusing on actual behaviors and accomplishments.
Hey, Maura, just curious, why is it 13 months, not 12?
That's a great question. This might be a typo on my part, honestly. Carrie or Vicky, do you have insight into that?
Trying to remember when we did the self-evaluation last year, so I think it's just meant to cover from the time we did it last time to this time, so may be more correct.
I'm
Yeah.
embarrassed to say I hadn't noticed that until now. All right, I'm gonna, so
I'll
this,
take this for now, until we hear different, I suppose.
so my email's here, maura@mauradd.com. If you have any questions, and if you need, you can also find me, the website, or Carrie can provide my email if there's any questions.
One other just clarifying question. The slide also said it opens on Thursday, May 8th. Tomorrow's Wednesday, May 7th. So.
Oh, yes, that's my that's my mistake. With the back and forth of scheduling the meetings, I missed that as well. All right, yes. So yes, it opens tomorrow and goes to Wednesday, May 21st. Yeah. I'm sorry about that, everyone.
No problem.
We won't be up at 6 o'clock in the morning looking for it in our email, I'm sure, so.
Well, that'll be about 9 a.m. East Coast time, so you'll be, it'll be there. Any questions for me or items that needed clarification?
I would say, just to clarify for the group, that we do have a date scheduled for the next step in the process after this is completed, so.
Yes, yeah, we do have meetings, yes, scheduled for all the deliverables up until the meeting in June when the final evaluation is delivered.
Good. Anything else for
Any other
Maura?
questions?
Okay. Thank you very much. Anybody in the virtual audience? I don't see any.
I don't see any either.
I think other than Heather, the other folks participated last year, so are probably familiar. We appreciate your time and good work, and look forward to completing it.
Great, my pleasure. Stay tuned for an email tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. May 6th, 2025 meeting of the Jackson County Library District Board is adjourned at 4:50.